No, bro. It's a cold open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So my flatmate saw my penis the other night.
Let's do the theme music.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
One is an idiot. It might be both of them. Shut up, dude. It's a podcast. Hello, everybody. It's Shut Up, Dude. I'm Jizzy McKnight, here with Elvis Shredley.
What up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm rattled, but I think I'll be okay.
You look like you've seen a ghost. No, something else.
A lighthouse. Sorry. What?
I got up in the middle of the night. The chances are very low that the bro will be up either
Ships
getting
passing.
up for ships passing in the night.
And someone's seen
Is it low odds?
Is it a rudder or a keel? I don't know my boat stuff.
Well, I don't know. I don't steer with it, so it's neither. I suppose it doesn't.
You probably do
So
steer
no, I
with
guess
it.
it's closer to a keel
You
if it
probably
helps me
have
with like
steered.
stability. But there's a low chance that he's going to be up at 1:30 in the morning making a sandwich or having a shit. It's a chance, but normally I would get dressed before I got up. But my boy, my 4-year-old came into my room like, Daddy, I need something. Like, fucking whatever. I just put him straight back in his bed, like, stay in there, bro. And on my way back to bed, I was like, I have a quick piss, I'm up anyways. And I strode out the bathroom naked and caught eyes with the bro for a horrifying 0.2 of a second.
How long have you guys lived together?
A few years now.
And this is the first.
That was the first,
how long
first
have
time
you
he's
been
seen the
friends?
sticks. Oh, ages, bro, like 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah. Was it the first time for you?
Yeah, but
I mean, it didn't have to. I was careless. I apologize.
that's
I don't know if it's
brilliant.
news.
Yeah. That's news, bro. That's awesome. What the fuck? That's funny. I like that.
I don't know if it's awesome.
Yeah. Nah, that's awesome. That's hilarious. Oh, Lighthouse Hill. Keep going.
Yeah.
What other, because your house has some shit happen, eh?
What do you mean?
Well, Johnny Appleseed was birthed there.
He was birthed there. He's forged in those fires.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, okay. What else have we got to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. I have some hot button stuff to talk about, but after our episode the other week, I don't know. It might be a bit much. Maybe people are sick of it. You got any news you want to talk about?
Oh, there's a few things like Ishane Ioannis.
Ishane
Ioannis. I think that's how you
Ioannis.
pronounce it. He's in New Zealand first. And he talks like the third guy on the marae.
Well, all you got to do, your impression's pretty good, but you got to put in a few more 3 and 4 syllable words without needing them, and then you got your Shane
that's
Jones
true,
right
yes.
on, bro.
Nah, just that thing about he had some undisclosed dinner. Because apparently you can have dinners with cunts that are going to donate to you
Yeah.
if you tell
Oh, yeah.
everyone you're doing it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but he did a dodgy. And I think it's funny because he's been talking about mining and coal and all this shit.
Yeah.
It turns out he's having dinners with companies and shit that...
Who could have possibly predicted it?
Exactly. It's like, bro, this looks like you're doing this.
Yeah.
And then it comes out he's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
It does track.
Totally think he's doing it.
Yeah. But
It's just funny to have it confirmed. Like, we know they do it.
yes,
It's just so weird to me that they would still do it today. With
bro.
like
Yeah.
Nixon and them. The idea of like drinking a whiskey and making a business deal like that.
Yes.
Corporate madmen, Nixon's era, 50s, I don't know. But yeah, I would have done some dodgy shit if no one was ever going to find out. But you're carrying a microphone in your pocket and camera at all times, like
Yeah.
a phone. But not only that, it's just so easy for you to be recorded doing anything. to do dodgy shit like that. Like have a dinner and invite all these dodgy cunts and get on stage and be like, we're here to do dodgy shit.
It doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
going to get everything he wants in the first term he's in there, and then walk out and do whatever he wants.
That's hilarious. It's like we don't have a way to stop that from happening. Like that's the system. You
Yeah.
can totally go do that. That's retarded to me. It's
Yeah. At least it's not woke, though. That's really fucking important.
Well, it's real funny, that it's like the opposite of woke would be asleep.
Mining, dude. Mining, conservation land. That's the opposite of woke.
Yeah. Well, woke originated as like taking acid and opening your third eye and knowing some shit that other people didn't know.
Is it?
Apparently, and then
Okay.
it transferred into like, oh, I'm
aware of injustice.
Are you are not
Is that
open enough to the idea of injustice? Do you
Okay.
not see your privilege because you're not woke enough? Like
Yeah.
it got hijacked. But the opposite of that would be asleep,
Yeah.
mining, because your third eye's closed. Fuck the world. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have any connection to the earth or some sort of strange acid trip or mushroom trip you took once that changed how you thought about nature.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if that was woke, you've opened your eyes to the world. The opposite of that would be asleep. And yeah, you're dead right. Woke was like fire toys and asleep is mining.
Yeah.
I had this weird thing this week. This has been fucking with me. And I'm glad I get to talk to you about it.
Okay.
I heard of a thing where this guy is like, hey, I got like 100% pass rate in my course. Then proceeds to tell everyone that the field relating to his course is terrible. Everybody's view on it. We have bad statistics in it. Say it's drinking. People, just whatever you want. But he's like, I have 100% pass rate. This country is terrible at my thing. Here's the answers. And I find that real weird because there's got to be a correlation between having a terrible statistic in a certain industry or activity. But in order to license people to do that thing, you give them the answers to guarantee that you have 100% pass rate.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Not really.
okay, so...
You're teaching people to do stuff, but it's an open book
Say it-
test, so you
yeah.
can just look it up.
But it's not even open book. It's like, here's your test. The first answer is this. And you write down the answer. And then he talks to you being like, you get it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's NCEA, driver's license sort of
Okay.
shit. Forklift. I can't imagine what the rest is. But if you're a company that wants to get hired by another company to come in and license your fellas, you'll say you have 100% pass rate.
Of course, yeah.
Because it makes you sound the shit.
Yeah.
It sounds like an industry standard.
Yeah.
But the only way you can have 100% pass rate is if everybody can resit it while they're there. Like if you get something wrong, just, hey,
Have another go at that.
hey, you got 10 questions, you got 2 wrong, go back and do those 2 questions.
Can you look at like safety data or whatever and go like these people, the people who come from this company where they have 100% pass rate, they have this number of breaches.
I don't know if
accidents or
anyone's
whatever.
done that, but I think this is what I'm sort of getting at. I think we should. Like at school, I was in the first year they got NCEA rolled out.
Yeah, same, bro.
Yeah. And I remember fellas I knew that were like, fuck this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And they would just write garbage through their shit. And then it would come back and it was, oh, you got this right, do these ones, and you've passed.
Yeah.
And then the school got to say, we're getting more people to pass.
Yeah.
No one sits down and goes, are they dodging that shit up? But it's happening now across every fucking discipline.
Okay.
Do the course, here's the answers, here's your certificate. Why are our statistics so bad? It's really fucked up because you're sort of making the statistics bad. Because if someone fails something, shouldn't they then go and learn it and
Yes,
come
I
back?
agree. Yeah.
Hey, but they don't. So they're just like, hey, you got this wrong, try
Well, they do
again.
like a driving test, for instance. You fail it, you have to go away,
Yep.
learn to drive
Okay,
better and come back.
so that one.
Is that not going to happen for a forklift cert? You just
Not from anyone I've fucking talked to.
True, bro.
Yeah. And I sat my forklift cert like 10 years ago. It's all expired. I got to do it again.
Yeah.
But I remember it being like, yeah, we have a terrible safety fucking rating in New Zealand and we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And the first answer is 3 meters. And you're just sort of listening, answer. And you look around at people feverishly writing it down. And you're like, oh my God, we're not teaching people anything.
Yeah.
They're just dictated to. And then, did I write down what you said?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yes, here's your certificate.
Good
and
job,
they're like,
Elvis.
wicked.
You can drive the machine now.
Here's your 3-ton machine of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense because the way they get you to give a fuck about it is by saying we have such terrible records. The road toll's real bad. It's a she'll be right attitude that New Zealand just seems to have, and we need to do something about it. The first answer is right lane. You're like, hey, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's driving courses you can do and shit. They say they 100% pass rate. I think if you're onto it enough, you need to send your employees to a company that doesn't have 100% pass rate in terms of safety. Because what's happening is you're getting a signed thing saying you can do a thing, but a certificate, and you can't really do it.
You're signing something that says he or she has said the right things to me.
She has repeated the things.
Now, no,
it's not like you start the course with like, here's 10 questions, and you get 10 right, and they go, fuck, I don't have to tell you shit. Good work. They don't do that. It's at the end of the class. You have to hand your paper in, and they're like, oh, like I did my LCQ course, for liquor control.
Sure.
That was that.
Yeah.
I got 3 wrong.
They go, now, Helvis, if somebody tries to buy alcohol and they're too intoxicated, what do you do?
Hook them up later. No. No. But
overcharge them. They'll never know.
First one I got was, here's my results. And they're like, oh, you got these 4 wrong, so just fix them. And I was like, oh. Sat down, opened up the open book test. It was like, how...
Did you know the things when you left?
I knew the things before I went there. How'd
you get 4 wrong?
Oh, because they were really obscure and there was like 50. Yeah. Okay. I thought, bro, 50's a pass, right? No. Not in 100% pass, and you can keep going until you get it. There's a difference there. Sure. You don't have your dumb fellas and your smart fellas. Everybody did it. Do you see what I'm getting at?
I do.
Yeah, but
I'd be very suspicious of anything with 100% success rate, right?
No one's suspicious. They think they're awesome.
Yeah.
This is what I'm getting at. Why have we allowed this to happen? There's fellas driving cars that really fucking shouldn't be. Yeah. Forklifts, fucking big rigs. I bet the space shuttle fella showed up drunk, bro. Like, it's that bad that space shuttle's probably an exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. It's so fucked up.
I saw a tradie this morning that had smashed into the back of one of those traffic control vehicles. You know, the ones that have like a lit up arrows on the top of them. They're really tall, and then they've got like a squish zone at the back of He'd hit one of those. Have you ever been driving past one of those and gone, how the fuck do you hit one of those? This morning I drove past a guy who like just had.
That's got to be eating a pie and texting with the other hand.
Something like that, bro. It's trainee van. There's every chance he was a little distracted.
See, though, that fella, if he hadn't hit that, shows up at work and firing.
It puts that same attention to detail to gas fitting or whatever he's doing.
That's what even that, I don't know. I need someone to tell me. Someone who does gas fitting, who went to the school and got licensed and everything. Mm-hmm. Was it the same?
It's not like that, I don't believe.
It better fucking not be. No. Like, this is what I'm getting at. Why the fuck can they do this? Like, here's a dude that, like, doesn't know shit from clay. Yeah. And you sit him down and help him learn this thing. And then here's your piece of paper that lets you do the fucking big devil machine. Mm-hmm. No. There's something up here. Because it translates all the way through to school. I need to get this to get to uni. And I'm shit at it. Oh, we'll just have another go.
Yeah.
That's not quite. Because then, remember Cambridge got done a few years after NCEA started being like, we have 100% pass rate. That's how the fuck they were doing it.
I don't remember that at all.
It was a thing.
Okay.
Sorry. It's just, I'm really fucked up about this.
You're currently doing a course that has 100% pass rate. Is that what
this is where this has all come from.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
I won't say which one it is, but yeah.
Is this the one where you're
Don't do this.
engaging in terrorism? Is it this one?
Look, from one angle, it's terrorism.
Yeah.
From the other angle, maybe we're just defending ourselves.
It's asymmetric warfare, bro. You're doing what you got to do.
4D chess.
I understand.
What else you got?
I got this lovely hat. This Boeing hat. You seen this? Let's take a look. It's pink. It looks almost like a frat bro would wear it ironically.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. But it does make me think of something.
Have you got Boeing news?
I have a Boeing Stinger. Hang on. Let me.
You made a
see if
Boeing
it fucking-
Stinger.
Let me see if it works. I'm gonna try this on the fly. No, it's too. We're gonna take a break. Hold the fuck on. I'm
No.
getting it together. Hang on. Listen. That plane looks so. Boeing. Don't say it's not safe.
You're in so much trouble.
I tried to think, like, what if you made a radio ad for them?
That was brilliant.
Good,
Good work.
Yeah, they're lots of fun, right? I don't have any more news. I just got like crazy theories and shit that happened to me. You got any more news you want to talk about?
Not really.
There was solar flares. I don't think anybody gave too much of a shit. Like, if the Wi-Fi goes down, everyone will be like, "Oh no, solar flares!" But until
Yeah.
then, it's like whatever.
Sun's not real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nah, it's probably flat, dude.
The sun's flat.
Nah, the Earth.
The flat suns.
Everything's flat. I don't know. I'm just contrarian these days. You say it's one thing, I'm going to be like, what about? Nah.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed it's getting
I'm the
worse.
opposite. I've started agreeing with people when they say crazy shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's a great one. Yeah. Or just double down on their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, right, like that. Maybe I should be
Yeah.
doing more of that.
When someone at work, real like MAGA hat wearing guy, and he was saying about Jacinda and how she was a dude, and I was like, robots don't have gender, cuz, and he's just like, oh,
Nice. The
like
one-upsmanship.
yeah, just
Hell yeah.
gotta go that.
Did you see Ben Shapiro's company released a new cartoon? It's a non-woke cartoon, Elvis. Did you see that?
What does that mean?
Adam Carolla. It means...
Adam Carolla's in it.
Yeah, bro. It's Adam Carolla's show that was too hot for... TV's too woke. That's why he couldn't get it made for so long.
Adam Carolla is in like X-Men show.
Yeah, Man Show guy.
One of the first dudes to podcast.
Yeah.
Is he a dick? Awesome.
I mean, he's a conservative dude. I don't know
So,
if that
yeah.
makes him... I don't know. I don't think that makes him a dick, but...
If you would have a hang out with that guy and realize it was dumb halfway through, he's a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have that much in common with him, but I saw the advertising from it. This is a tweet from Roseanne Barr, which says, check out the new show, Mr. Bircham, that's not made by communists or child molesters. That's the
awesome.
pitch. That's the pitch. It's
I'm watching
not
it now.
made by communists or child molesters.
That's what I like about my cartoons, say.
Yeah.
If they're not made by child molesters
Yeah.
or communists.
That's what you like?
Yeah, that'd be preferable. I didn't know there was a filter.
I guess.
I'm fucking with you.
I have a friend who...
Aren't they allowed to do this?
Are they allowed? They're allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah, yeah. Like
you can fire Candace Owens because she said bad stuff about Israel and just
Yeah,
get in someone else.
That's why
fine.
that's why I'm like, yeah, this is gonna work. Hey,
The fucking show
Like-
looks like shit.
dude, that's the most like marketing thing I've ever heard of. Like, oh no, we fired the black lady for talking shit on Israel. Non-woke cartoon.
It is. It's a non-woke cartoon.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yo.
No
yeah, bro, it's
pedophiles
ready
or
to
communists.
go. That's right.
I bet there's another ad coming soon, and it's gonna be by someone as equally bullshit as Roseanne Barr, and it's gonna be like, blacks are fine. Like, they will jump the shark before they've done anything. Yeah.
I already saw a video of a lady going, because there's a gay character in the show, and she's like, no, they put a gay character in it. I'm not watching it. I got promised a non-woke cartoon, and there's a gay character right there.
I know how you have a love for people dressed the same, doing the same thing.
I do deeply.
I have a deep love for groups that don't have any prerequisites to get into that group.
Yeah.
And them having to deal with, like, acting like a serious, legitimate cause and pouring their heart and soul out. And then some fucking retard next to them ends up saying something terrible as. And they're like, can you shut... Yeah, I love that stuff. That stuff is... Yeah, that's my bread and butter at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, racists who are standing there, like, listing off history as if it's real and trying to make all these fucking points, and then some dude sits next to them being like, and we can marry our cousins. Like, the fuck?
There's always one.
But that's it. That's what happens when your group doesn't have tests.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can join your group.
Yeah.
That's what happens. See, dumbass, your fault, shouldn't have joined a group. But we get to laugh at you because you joined a group that has no way into it. Any way into it. That's really funny. Anti-woke cartoon.
Yeah, bro. That's the whole point of it. There's no
Walt
effort.
Disney thought his cartoons were woke.
He thought they were woke?
Yeah, bro.
They're mostly animal torture. They're fucked.
Have you seen the superior Nazi ones and shit?
I don't know. I know he was a raging anti-Semite.
No. There's a great one, and it's like all these swans and shit, and then there's an egg that's a bit ugly, and when it comes out, it's a little black duck with a mustache, and he's real angry, and he's like quack 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 quacking, and it turns into some shit, and then it's like all these like big beautiful swans lined up like with their wings out and shit, and this little black duck with a mustache walking through the middle. Like, it's grandiose, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Walt Disney was like right into that shit.
He was hard out, bro. Yeah, he wouldn't have been allowed on the Daily Wire Plus.
I'm pretty sure they made the movie Frozen. So if you Google, is Walt Disney frozen, you get their movie.
I like that. What do you want to do? Do you want to take a break and we can come back and talk about... I've got some fucking wild theories, man.
Right, break theories.
Okay, let's take a minute. Join us again, dear listeners. Are there any pictures of you and Ghislaine Maxwell? Yeah, we're on.
Did you kill him?
Sorry, I didn't kill him.
Red shit.
Look, I'm new to all this. I'm sorry.
New shit.
Who's got pictures with Ghislaine Maxwell?
I want to know if it's P. Diddy.
Does he?
I'm pretty sure.
How sure? Can we have a fact check on that?
Pretty sure, actually.
Could somebody look up pictures of...
I think he has his own island.
Ghislaine? He might have his own island, bro. He had
we
some
want to
wild
go
shit going
theories.
on. Yeah.
Wild theories. Whoever runs hip-hop, because there's got to be a guy. Like, you know how rappers are rich? There's a guy at the top that's like... I think Chris Rock said that. Like, Shaq is rich, but the guy that pays him is like, go buy another bouncing car. That same deal, hip hop. Do you reckon the Kendrick versus Drake thing is to distract everyone from...
We didn't even talk about it. Kendrick told Drake he's not allowed to say the N-word. That might be the funniest fucking thing that's ever happened.
I have seen hardcore Drake fans listen to the Drake diss and be like, you have to kill him. It's like, you gotta box him. I'm like, holy shit. But I don't know. I remember seeing ages ago that Drake was like hanging out with the girl from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Yeah, we know what you're doing, bro. There's heaps of those in the New Zealand music scene.
Yeah, bro, apparently.
I've seen them.
There's a joke I wanted to do where you can Google stuff and it's fine, but in an incognito window, that same stuff is dodgy. Like, if you Google, how old are the kids from Stranger Things?
Yeah, dude.
How old was the kid from Stranger Things when the diddler was hanging out with?
Old enough for everyone to be like, hey. She's actually come out being like, oh my God, how can anyone do that? And I'm like, acted like it's not weird. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Kendrick Lamar's music that makes him terrifying.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love him. I think he's cool. I'm not a big fan of hip-hop and stuff. I just don't get into it. There's a few things every now and then. But any Kendrick Lamar stuff, I'm like, whoa, this is fucking cool.
I do like hip-hop, but I don't know about Kendrick Lamar.
Wicked.
I don't...
But you have always listened to hip hop, eh? Like you've always you're.
No, I've drifted in and out.
Yeah, but you've dabbled.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've listened to so much weird shit over the years that now I just hear shit and go, "Oh, that's cool." Like, yeah, and everything of his I've heard, I've been like, "Whoa, fuck, that's crazy."
Yeah.
Him versus Drake is just come out with way too many funny things.
He does use the N-word a lot.
But if you were
my
the
wife
top
can't
of,
listen to it.
That's funny. If you were the head of hip hop and you're like fucking P Diddy and his fucking island, yeah, you'd be like, get the two biggest cunts we know to fight and make everybody look at that. Oh, three biggest, because they tried to include J. Cole. And he was like, I'm choosing my piece. I'm out. Sorry, I don't know what I did. Bye.
Yeah. I've aggravated Kendrick Lamar, obviously. I need to take a good, hard look at myself.
Oh, boy. I think it's crazy, eh? Did you see...
Can you imagine telling a rapper that he's not allowed to say the N-word?
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about how fucking funny that is, bro.
It's pretty good.
I know I'm not allowed to decide who says the N-word. Apparently Kendrick is, and he told this other rapper, like, nah, bro, you can't say.
Nah, I think Kendrick is. Like, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if in order to get your card, you have to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Drake didn't, and that's why he's not allowed.
I guess. There's deep lore on this, right? Like, do you know about all of it?
What do you mean?
Like Kendrick Lamar having some suitcase and shit, and like.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm very well versed.
Could you maybe?
Okay.
Could you tell me the story?
So, just the suitcase one.
Okay.
So, as far as I know, Kendrick and Future and I think it might be M-Town Boomin, whoever the hell. I'm sorry if I'm getting these wrong. I'm not trying to offend anyone.
Okay.
Not in this regard. These guys came out with a diss track and they targeted like Drake and J. Cole and maybe a couple others. I don't know. But J. Cole put up some post of like little shoes trying to make fun of Kendrick being short.
Yeah.
Because he's 5'1" or some shit. Like he's
a short king is what you're saying.
Emperor. Yeah. But from there, Kendrick released the diss track.
5'1".
I don't know. That's just, bro, in the midst of everything I'm hearing, I don't know what's real.
Yeah.
But so Kendrick does this weird diss track with some other people. J. Cole's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I've done, but I'd like to withdraw from this and I have no problem with anyone. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Kendrick, if I've done or said anything, I'm out. He did that live at a concert.
Sure.
And all rap fans were like, bro, you're supposed to fucking do this. And anyway, Drake posted some shit, and then Kendrick released the diss track. I can't remember the name of it, but
you're not allowed to say the N-word.
It might be that. But then Drake released like some giant music video with all this stuff in it, and like a ring that was supposed to mimic the ring Kendrick gave his wife, and Drake brought up these allegations that Kendrick had a domestic abuse thing. Real weird shit to bring up. And so he releases that, and then Kendrick comes back with this other one just destroying him. And then there was another song, I think it was, that the cover art for the song was the contents of Drake's dad's suitcase that got stolen. And it had like I think Kendrick accused him of being on Ozempic. And it had prescription bottles with his name. One of the receipts from the bag was the receipt for the ring in the music video. Like, very, very cryptic fucking got you motherfucker sort of shit. Yeah. But I think it's funny because it's two grown men's writing poems about each other.
It is poems. Never forget that.
But one guy just being like, oh yeah, and I got your dad's stuff. You know the dude you think is Superman? We took his shit too. Like, that's I don't know, that's a psychological game I'm not prepared to play.
That's hard out.
Yeah, bro, that's scary.
And also, and I recognize that I'm a little bit stuck on this, but he also said he's not allowed to say the N-word.
Bro, he like said
Can
that.
you imagine having that kind of power?
Dude, and this is the thing here. Think of that's what I'm getting at. Kendrick Lamar, he said that, and there's people out there that will enforce that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's the greatest part of that whole thing. Is he told him he can't say the N-word. Now Drake has to watch where he says it in case there's a Kendrick fan. But Kendrick writes way scarier poems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
scary poems. I agree with
bro. If Kendrick Lamar starts his next one, we're like, yo, shut up, dude. We're like, oh no,
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Yeah, maybe you should shut up, dudes.
Maybe I'll have to publish one of my famous apologies.
Yeah,
But
bro,
perhaps in a
It'd just be-
in more of a hip hop kind of fashion, you know what I mean?
it'd just
Perhaps
be a
rap
remix. It'd be a
apology.
remix of we're not worthy of Wayne's World. Just be me like, yo, we gonna shut up, dude.
I've been looking for an excuse to do rap. And if Kendrick,
Yeah, but
if
only
Kendrick
if-
came
yeah.
at me, I would have to respond.
Have you heard of, I think it's Crack Amico? He's on Twitter and he's like a disc rapper.
No idea.
He wrote one and it was like 2 beers, 1 grave,
Okay.
and just ripped out Tom and Bert.
Nice. Yeah.
I think it upset Bert. It was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Nah, fuck that. You fellas can keep your hip hop stuff. I learned how to sweep for a reason.
Yeah. You're right. There's too much hip hop talk. This is a metal podcast, I think.
No, what?
Well, we've had metal guys on here, right? You're a metal guy.
We've had one metal guy, a rock guy, and I assume Daniel listens to Enya.
He was in a death metal band. He's a drummer and stuff.
You were in a death metal band.
Yeah. So it's a metal podcast, right?
Ah,
Enough of this
are we
hip hop
by default?
talk. Yeah, look.
I do. Oh, what, are we upsetting our metal friends?
No, I just wanted to
Yeah.
move on.
We can move on.
All right.
What do you got?
Twitter asked me to read their new privacy policy, Elvis, which I did. We skip this whole thing if you like and go straight
Nah.
to tunnel talk.
What do you got?
These motherfuckers. Okay, so I go to read the privacy policy, as I do. Apparently, I'm the only one who does this. But I go to read the privacy policy, and at the top of the privacy policy, it says this. It's really hard to make everyone happy with a privacy policy. Most people who use X want something short and easy to understand. While we wish we could fit everything you need to know into a post, our regulators ask us to meet our legal obligations by describing them all in a lot of detail. So the start of their privacy policy is bitching about the fact that they have to do a privacy policy.
You're right. This is fucking horseshit.
So they would rather just put this out as a tweet and be done with it, you know?
Is there any chance you could read what you've got while I run and take a piss? Because
We can take a break while you take a piss,
Yeah.
man. We're civilized folk.
it's a podcast.
Okay, we're back. And there were no fuck-ups at all. We're wrestling with a new system of audio around here. And we're still largely using stuff that we found. This tablet has not played ball all night as my soundboard. The laptop was $80. What? And I'm an idiot. All right. I was just
want to
about
point out,
yeah.
I managed to do both.
Oh, fine. You're a real fucking hero.
Oh, thank you. Like, just all I wanted to hear. I'm going to soundbite that, and then the next time I'm sick at home, I'm going to bust a nut to that.
No, I'm upset. I didn't. I guess now I know it, and I wish I didn't.
Well, now you know how Grim felt when he had to see something he shouldn't have. What you got, bro? Let's go.
I read these terms of service. I read this privacy policy, and in it says that they can collect and use your personal information, such as your employment history, educational history, employment preferences, skills and abilities, job search, engagement, and so on, to recommend potential jobs for you, to share with potential employers when you apply for a job, whatever, and show more relevant advertising. Okay, so there it is. At first, I thought that Ghislaine Maxwell hanger-outer was sitting around marveling at his own tweets. Oh, like, fuck, like, if somebody saw these, they'd probably want to give me heaps of money. But they're just selling more of your data, right? To show you more relevant advertising.
And this is what is funny as I just clicked. Have you got heaps of data, bro? Because I am like the data guy.
What do you mean?
I have 100% success rate with data. Let me buy your data, cuz.
You're going to buy my data?
Yeah, you got
all
data?
the shit that came from my IP?
I'm going to buy
Would you know all the nog that I'd watched?
I'm not even going to look at it, bro, because I'm going to sell it to
How could you not look at it if you...
Because I'm going to sell it to 1,000 Indians. That's the fuck hell. Bro, that's what's going on. I'm going to collect your data. Do you think fucking Elon is... Bro, he's got billions and billions of dollars. He's sitting there, like, trifling through people's searches. Like, you reckon he sits there being like, Kamala Harris likes big black guys? Like, that can't
I
be...
mean, if he wants, he could, right?
Yeah, but, like, that guy can probably, like, pay enough money to get like a mosquito-sized drone to fly in her room.
Yeah,
probably. So, like, this doesn't surprise me at all. I bet Facebook's is like, I'm allowed your first kid.
It doesn't say that.
Because you've read it.
Yeah, bro.
But how bad is it gonna get? Like the PayPal one that you brought up. It changed how I thought about PayPal.
Well, this one says... They may preserve, use, share, or disclose your information if they believe that it is reasonably necessary to protect their rights or property, or the rights or property of those who use the services. So if they think someone who uses their services, rights or property might be affected, they can do whatever they want with your information.
Are you worried that, like, if in the event that they decide we think anybody talking shit on the government is bad and they start flagging all of those, is that why you're like...
They're increasingly becoming the same thing. I think the thing that really bothered me when I was reading about this is the way the terms of service have changed or are changing to where... Like, the tone of them has changed. Do you know what I mean? Like, the terms of service used to say, we're not allowed to do this, we are allowed to do this, we're liable for this. And this one starts with, it's really hard to make everyone happy with the privacy policy.
It's because for fucking 20 years, everyone's just gone, yup.
Not everyone.
Well, not, okay. Except you. Yeah, but you get what I mean. They got to a point where they're like, did you know you could put anything in this and they'll agree to it? Mm-hmm. No, they won't. They read it. And then it was like, let's just put this in. Yeah. Bro, the one that gets me is like, what are they going to, like, they've got your data and they're going to sell it to a company who makes polls.
The company leases it to the government in real time so the government can know exactly where, for instance, dissidents might be.
You're going to be real mad when you find out about driver's licenses.
I mean, you could frame those as Especially with what you were saying about 100% pass rates before, is that the easier the driver's license test is, the less it's a test of competence and more a gathering exercise.
Okay, so you know that like phone companies like Android, iPhone, Vodafone, 2 Degrees, all that sort of shit.
I'm not sure Android fits in there.
No, they make the phone, and then 2 Degrees or whoever. So you buy a phone, and it comes with an operating system.
Yeah.
And a
That's
payment.
Alphabet. That's
and
Android.
A
Yeah.
pay system.
Yeah.
Okay. So you understand that they build things into that the police can use in the event of an emergency?
Sure. Yeah.
So if your phone has no SIM card, it can still ring 111.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also still collects all of your data, even if it can't transmit
So
it. Even if you turn everything off. Apparently.
I know of a fella who was push biking in the redwoods around Rotorua.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, this guy was like going around this corner, and there was a dude in the middle of the track, and he slammed his brakes on, flew off the handlebars, and when he got up, like, oh, fuck, are you okay? The guy was like, give me your money.
Oh, shit.
And he's just like, no, take the bike. It's worth heaps. Fuck, just leave me alone. And the dude went, nah, I reckon you have more money if you own that bike. And he just gapped it and ended up hiding in the bush. And this dude was just going back and forth while he was watching.
That's terrifying.
And he managed to like pull his phone out and text his friend, like, in the pitch dark, trying like, cause this is as it got dark. So
Yeah.
as this has all gone down, he's suddenly in the bush. Like,
Yeah.
if he,
A sick, like, dusk chorus.
yeah, dude,
Going through the
he
redwoods.
managed to send a text like, in danger, this is happening, and his friend rang the cops.
Sorry.
His friend rang the cops, and they were like, "Oh, whereabouts is he?" They pulled up. The friend met them at the car park of the Redwoods.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, have you got his number? Oh, here it is. And they gave it, and the cop went, no. The cop went, oh, he's over there. And by,
Damn.
yeah, so the idea that like, oh, they're taking our data. They have your data. They always have. These cunts are just copying, Xeroxing
What's two
your
ways
data.
to look at the same thing, right? Like your data can be used to help you, like the authorities can use it to help you or crack down on you. And
Yeah, but they're going to crack down on you anyway. The idea that we're like, we're in the last days of art, right? That's why post-hardcore exists.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we're in the last days of art.
Oh, I don't think that.
Hard out. It's going to get Orwellian as shit. Have you seen V for Vendetta?
You were not listening to Ryan when he was here, man. He was saying the young Clippers will be like the most empathic, the most creative generation. I believe that, bro.
Yeah, and they're going to get Hunger Games first. And it's going to be entertaining as when none of them can climb.
They will make sick fucking art.
Yeah. And you know what's going to be funny is when like a 6'8" from a fucking Decile 1 school who's made out of steroids and muscles wins the first one of the Hunger Games. Art will not be in the Hunger Games. When that dude rocks up and he has to kill the first thing he sees, and someone else's kid is like, but look at my painting, he's going to eat the painting and the kid.
I guess.
It's coming. That's why everyone's mad. Because they know they're not prepared for the... Like, I'm not prepared. I'm not stoked for it. It's just coming. And then when we're like, aha, we can fuck up your guards. They're like, aha, now the guards are robots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, we're not trapped like rats, bro. We're trapped like carrots.
It's bleak, man. That's very depressing.
Nah,
if my soundboard was working, I would play
It's not bleak. It's
like a clown honk, something
bro,
nice.
It's not as bad as Terminator.
Yeah.
Like, but it's on its way.
It's not as bad as the Hunger Games, at least.
If you put Terminator and Hunger Games and put Will Ferrell in it, that's what we're in for.
Isn't Will Ferrell in Hunger Games?
I can't remember.
I don't know. Like, I mean, movies, whatever.
Getting approval that he's not.
I have a note here that says that it's telling me to look at a document on my phone that when I opened it is 48 pages long.
Oh, that can go fuck itself.
Yeah, bro, that's from the Digital Advertising Alliance. But that is written by admin, and it's their rule book for self-governance. That's all the things that they have to do. Like, they've gone to the government and gone, no, don't make it illegal for us to fuck with people's dopamine and predate on them, basically. We will regulate ourselves. So I read all that shit. It's like 40% selling itself. The regulatory, like what they put down as, these are the rules that govern us.
Yep.
I'd say almost half of it is, here's why we're so great for doing this. We are so responsible, man, and you could check up on it. Whatever. There's way more there, but I don't want to talk about that. Do you want to talk tunnels? I got a big fucking tunnel story, man.
I've been, like I said last time, I keep trying to look for stuff, and like the only thing I found was that there is a phobia. I can't remember the name. Someone can comment it if they want, but it's a phobia of man-made structures underwater, and like 80% of them are tunnels. I didn't know that.
80%, you say?
Like if you show 10 pictures of different underground shit with like tunnels and boats and machines and everything, the tunnels are the scary part. It's like mentioned, the idea of being underwater
tunnels
in a like, yeah, if you're underwater and you find yourself in a tunnel, apparently that's one of the most top tier fears for a human. Interesting shit. Yes.
Yo, well, I've got a Bostonian story, kid.
Bostonian?
Yeah, bro.
Like Boston?
Yeah, bro.
Sick, yes.
Do you want to take a quick break or should we
I do want a quick break.
Hold on, everybody. It's on, buddy.
Oh.
Tunnel talk. Listening to your heartbeat.
No. It was his lungs whistling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he thought it was him.
He was a great guest.
Yeah, when that started, he was like, can anyone else hear that?
Yeah.
he thought it was the Risen Chambers.
I have a very intricate story for you. It's not just my favorite tunneling story so far. It's one of my favorite stories I've ever encountered. It's the Big Dig in Boston.
Up the wires, bro. Let's go.
All right. Well, it's the Big Dig isn't really that big, but it's really complicated. There's so many moving parts and a cast of characters that includes Mike Dukakis and the actor Ronald Reagan. But everyone in the story is like ethnically Italian, so they all kind of sound like the mobsters you see on TV.
Sick.
Yeah. So the Big Dig is the name given to an infrastructure project in Boston involving an immersed tube tunnel, among others. Residents started protesting and organizing in the 60s and through the 70s because of a road that cut through Boston, an elevated highway some 130 feet up, which was plagued with problems. One problem is it was built before the federal government imposed proper regulations in terms of lane width and turn radius, so it was too tight for the cars of the day. And another issue is when it was built, every business wanted and lobbied for their own on-ramp and off-ramp. So there was something like 46 off-ramps in a 4-mile stretch of road. Have you ever driven on a motorway?
What the fuck?
It's the traffic builds up around the on-ramps and off-ramps, and there was literally more ramp than highway.
Yeah.
So the traffic's crazy slow, dangerous. For the elevated highway to be built, they have to bulldoze entire neighborhoods. Enter Fred Salvucci. So to understand what gets built, you have to understand Fred Salvucci. Mm-hmm. He's a bright boy, and at the insistence of his grandmother, he goes to a great college, it might be Stanford or whatever, and becomes a civil engineer. His grandmother had a house in the area and a garden that she's proud of. When the interstate is built, agents from the government came to her house handed her a letter and $1 and informed her that her house was being taken through eminent domain. Do you know about eminent domain?
Is that... We've talked about this before, haven't we?
The government can take your property is eminent domain.
What do we call it in New Zealand?
I don't know. It was called the Public Works Act, which I know about because I've been researching for another tunneling
What do
story.
they do when they take shit off gangs?
In the Proceeds from Crime Act, but that's not this. This
No,
is
but-
rolling up to somebody's proper...
No, but remember the Proceeds from Crime Act, they can take it
Yes.
until you prove you haven't gotten them through crime.
Yes.
And you compared it once. Oh, maybe you didn't do it on the podcast, but
Okay.
you've explained it to me as very similar. But eminent domain is you don't even have to take them, like blame them for criminal shit. You can just take it.
So you go, the government needs this land to build highways or whatever that will benefit everybody. We're the government. We're will
taking
decide
your
a fair
stuff.
price and give it to you later. Okay? So they can do that anytime. They can do it here. The North Head story that I've been researching that's available on our bonus episodes at patreon.com it starts with the government taking a guy's land through the Public Works Act, and he sues them, and then he starts fucking around. But we'll get to that hopefully soon. So they take this land through eminent domain. The letter says they'll pay them a fair price in the future. So Salvucci's grandmother says to him, if you become a city planner, because he's studying to be a civil engineer or whatever, promise me you will never allow anyone to be treated the way I was treated. So Salvucci climbs the ranks until he's in official position with the city, where he's starting to make calls on what happens with the infrastructure. At the same time, the protests are ramping up because this elevated highway, they had to bulldoze miles of neighborhoods and then fence it off because it's 130 feet up, and occasionally a bit of concrete will fall off. There's just like a barren strip that means you can't like travel between neighborhoods or anything, and then it doesn't work. It's hours of traffic anytime anybody gets on it. So this guy, he starts going to these protesting meetings because they come to him and they're like, we know this is wrong, but we don't have the technical knowledge to correct it. So he goes and joins these protest groups, and he tells his boss, like, hey, I know I'm doing a certain kind of city planning with you by day, but I'm kind of also doing this other thing by night. And if that's not okay with you, then I'll walk away. His boss is like, you're crazy. Fuck, whatever. Do whatever you want. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So he's going to these meetings. So the elevated central artery has nothing beneath it. People aren't allowed through it. This guy Salvucci ends up as a secretary of transportation for Mike Dukakis, who ends up running for president.
Carcass.
Yeah, old fella Carcass, who runs for president. Whatever, gets close. He gets the go-ahead to fix it all. And through it all, Salvucci, so he's Secretary of Transportation for Dukakis, and he's driven by the promise that he made to his grandma. So there's like 30 schemes put forward, and he chooses the one that like goes through other people's car parking buildings, comes up in the airport, but doesn't take anybody's home. So everybody hates it. The scheme that he puts forward, they think it's ugly, they think it's unnecessary. He starts insisting on it, overrides his own staff and everybody. Like, he starts getting a bad reputation, but he promised his grandma. So the reason, this is the biggest infrastructure build in the US up until this point.
What year is this?
So, I mean, the timeline's wild.
But Dukakis was when?
So they haven't even started, that by the time where they start planning it in 1982, it doesn't start being built until 1992.
Okay.
So he gets this thing over the line, gets this Reagan tries to veto it in Congress, and there's a whole like political story about it. Because he vetoes it, and then Republicans have to cross the aisle to undo his veto because they need a 2/3 majority. This is nerdy as hell. But this guy, Salvucci, he gets this thing over the line, and then he departs with his head held high, like almost falls on his sword, you know. But the scheme that he got over the line doesn't take anybody's homes. He keeps his promise to his grandma. That's wild, right? And that's why the largest infrastructure build in the US at that time looks the way it does.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, bro, but there's interesting tunneling that has to happen for this to take place this way.
Power of a nan.
Hard out, bro.
This is going to seem offensively not on subject, but it comes back to the power of the nan. You know that? The middle horns.
Sure.
What's that? Index.
And pinky.
Other two down, pinky, thumb. And people think it's like Satan and shit. You know Ronnie James Dio? Dio, the band.
I know Dio.
Yeah. His grandma.
Vibrato, the guy.
Yeah. His grandma, when she was an immigrant to America and, you know, living with her, I can't remember how it worked, but Dio was a little boy, and he reckons anytime someone looked at his grandma all weird because she was dressed like a fucking gypsy, I suppose, she would just give them the horns.
Yeah.
Like just
like
block.
A curse?
Yeah. No, just a block. Apparently it's a block.
Oh, yeah.
A block of negativity.
So we're blocking the metal bands and stuff?
This is what I was going to say, is like, he did it because he thought it was just cool, and it was adopted by metal. But power of a nan. That's all I was trying to bring up there. I don't know how it necessarily works, but it's warding off evil.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
But that's a nan there.
Yeah,
of
I think Fred Salvucci warded off evil.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And
it was nan power. Totally agree.
I'm pretty sure Dio's nan was Italian, bro, and Salvucci. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the whole thing's
cool.
Very Italian.
That's fucking cool, though.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, fuck people. I ain't hurting people. Fuck a business.
Yeah, well, he gets in a legal fight with the car park owner. The car park owner, he offers him a price for his car park. Like, hey, the tunnel's got to go through there. And the tunnel owner's like, fuck you, this is my car park. I like elevated highways. Could go away. And he's like, all right, well, we could take you by eminent domain. And then you'd probably sue us with great lawyers, and we'd have shitty lawyers, and you'd make even more money. How about that? And the guy's like, fucking we'll see. And he just intentionally ties up the whole project for like 3 years because he doesn't like Salvucci and the way he's going about things. Yeah, bro.
That's dumb.
Yeah, but I fucking love the way that Salvucci like flips from a villain, like in public perception. He wants, like, everybody hates his design, and he fucking forces it through because it's the right thing to do.
I recently learned I think we said I got promoted and I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I've learned one thing out of my promotion.
What did you learn?
The best way to approach any fucking situation is fact or story. And the amount of people out there, and myself included, like, until this was pointed out, I don't think I did this very often. But if you police every new piece of information or thing you have to chase up, if you go on fact or story and think about it for that brief moment of which of these is fact and which of these is just a story, fuck, you have a better time in your day. Yeah,
I agree.
How close are we to cracking out?
Well, I've got more tunneling. We haven't even got to the tunneling part of this. We've just been. This is just Fred Salvucci.
What time were we at?
Nearly an hour. I want to tell you about these tunnels, bro. This was so fucking interesting. Okay. Check this out.
Can we have a break?
Another break.
Yep.
Well, I guess Grimmy will have to turn.
Fucking yes! Look, he's trying.
Here we go. Such a good break.
He's trying.
The technical aspects of this. So we only dealt with Salvucci stuff. This is a 400-year-old city, Boston. Yeah. Some parts of the tunnel are within 5 feet of railway lines. One of the techniques that they end up employing is soil freezing, because they have this strange clay there. It's called thixotropic clay, which means if it's undisturbed, it takes a load and it's fine. But if you disturb it, it becomes very soft, like jelly.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so the moment you start digging it, everything around you turns from a hard surface to jelly and starts collapsing in on itself.
Some sort of liquefaction caused by people.
Something like that. The solution to this is ground freezing. So they stick pipes, big tubes like 60 feet into the ground, hundreds of these fucking things into the ground,
and
they flush
into it.
Very, very cold, very salty water. So it's below freezing temperature for fresh water. And
I was sort of hoping for some Terminator nitroglycerin, sort of Terminator 2.
I'm not sure if they use that on this build, but they do use stuff other than freezing salt water. Yeah, they use like refrigerants and stuff.
See, these motherfuckers are using tunnels for evil.
No, not this one. This is Fred Salvucci honoring his grandmother. Yeah, this one's pure.
Honoring his,
yeah, bro.
So he's using this technique to go around.
So by this point, he's gone. He's fallen on his sword. He got it over the line, and he's not that guy anymore. He's doing other stuff. It's been taken over by another guy called Karasiodis, the Hatchet Man, who comes in. This will become relevant later, but he comes in and he fires people. Like he comes in the Reagan style, man. And is like, yeah. He's got a hatchet mounted on his desk, and he comes in and he fires management first, guys who were hired explicitly by Dukakis. Fires them, and he fires all the overseers of the project. This is a quick aside, is on a cost plus contract, which is what it sounds like. Whatever the project costs, you bill that to the government, and then you take a percentage above that you also bill to the government, which means that the longer it takes you and the more it costs, the more you make. And this guy came in and fired all the overseers. But we might come back to that, or we might not. The way they dealt with having to go 5 feet below this, what did I call it?
Oh, Pterochropta
ceratops. Having to go beneath the thixotropic clay. They freeze these, so they freeze the shit, right? They pump it. It takes months, but after months of pumping refrigerant into it, it sets like concrete, and you can tunnel. You could do regular tunneling under it now.
That's awesome.
So you can use like regular tunneling techniques.
We have so the humans have a thing that you can pump into the ground and allow you to tunnel.
Yes.
I knew we weren't the first to love tunnels. Well, you got to be pretty fucking dedicated.
Got to be keen. You've got to be keen. Making sure that you don't treat anyone the way your grandma was treated.
I'm pretty sure your part of your heritage just showing.
Which part, sir?
Gotta be keen.
I'll be embarrassed when I listen back to that, probably.
You fucking will.
So... not just ground
Sorry,
freezing.
One of my flatmates has a porno mustache, and I just seen him. He looks like a porno cop. It's so funny. I won't say his name, but fuck, he knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah. We've talked about immersed tube tunnels before. That's what they've had to use here to go across the Charles River.
Bro, like I was saying about the people being scared about shit underwater. Man-made structures.
These
underwater.
are immersed tube tunnels that you drive through.
Drive through.
Yeah, bro. Big ones. A pair of them. So they have to make what's called a casting basin, and they do it in the parking lot of the Gillette factory, like the Gillette Shaving World headquarters or whatever it's called.
Oh, the biggest con motherfucker dickheads in the world.
Yes, and they go on to tell They go on to Jesus.
I
they
don't
go on to
normally
tell
burp
them-
into the mic, but if we're talking about Gillette,
That was pretty nasty.
fuck them. I
For
hate
anybody who
Gillette.
doesn't know, before they sold
And shit.
ads, they sold razors, and they told the project managers here that their tolerance were in angstroms, which is 100 millionth of a centimeter. So that's what they told the guys. So when they dig this casting basin, which is the size of an aircraft carrier, like 1,000 feet by 300 feet, a big fucking pit, like we talked about in Antwerp in Belgium. So they build this casting basin here, but they've got to do it without making any dust and without making any vibrations. So they dig this massive casting basin.
What?
Yeah, bro.
You're not just making stuff up.
This
to
is real.
entertain
The
me.
Big Dig is what it's called. It's a crazy fucking project.
This is insane.
So here's something else that they have to do. They do deep soil mixing. So the soil kind of turns into jelly when you disturb it.
Yeah.
So instead they use
Add
do you know what
soil?
an auger bit is?
A what?
An auger bit.
Nah.
It's
not
like
gonna
a
pretend.
you
Not
know how a
gonna
drill
pretend.
bit is like if you
And
yeah
it's
yeah
got
and it
the
has
little
like
concaves.
yes, it has concaves going through it. This is like if it had flares coming out of it.
Oh shit!
So you
yeah.
you do that
like
but
little
then
tiny shovels, all the way along the concaves.
sort of more like if you took a sheet and bent it around a pole going upwards.
Oh yeah. So it's ripping shit up.
Yeah, it's like stirring it or pulling it out or pushing it down, depending which way it goes, right?
Like
so they
a drill?
use that. They pump. Yeah, so they pump cementitious product like grout or whatever. They pump that in while
Cementitious?
they. Yeah, so it's got like.
Bro, I don't even like Bring Me the Horizon.
And you said it wasn't a metal podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
So they mix like grout into the soil and stir it up, and that makes it like closer to sandstone. So then they know how to tunnel through that too. There's one more technique that I wanted to talk about through this project, which is what's called a slurry wall.
Before you start, what's our time?
It's an hour 6, sir.
You have 10 minutes, sir.
It won't take 10 minutes, I don't think. I've got all kinds of diagrams,
How many
as you can
times have you
see.
used that as an excuse for anything in the past 5 years?
Look, to build this,
Ba-dum-bum.
if you want to dig, even like a cut and cover kind
Oh,
of tunnel.
fuck, I thought you meant at you. No, cut and cover, sorry.
No. If you want to dig like a cut and cover tunnel, for instance, that takes you down to your immersed tube tunnel. If you dig it through this weird blue clay that changes composition when you disturb it, before you dig, you have to dig. You've got to make what's called a slurry wall. So if you picture like the mouth of an animal, like a scoopy bucket on a crane that goes down into a hole.
Oh, I
and
thut you
picks
meant
up like
I
mouthfuls.
thought you meant like the Scoopy Bucket bird.
No, not the Scoopy bucket birds.
Is that different?
I'm not.
Well, you
familiar
said
with
like
the-
an animal, and then you said
Like-
about the Scoopy
like
Bucket.
it hinges and almost like bites at the material and then pulls it up in a bucket. Right?
Fuck, you ripped up my table when you did that. Okay, yeah, I get you.
So as it
Scoopy
does
bucket.
that, as it scoops it, it pumps in slurry, which is like
Wait, into the mouth.
into the hole. So it
Also, as you're picking shit
so
up.
it grabs spoil, and as it pulls the Class B bucket out, it
Pumping
pumps slurry
slurry.
in. Now the slurry isn't
I-
crazy heavy, but it's heavy enough to stop the clay around
I
from
always
moving.
thought Plump Surrey was your rap name.
It
There
is
was
now.
there was 100 things I could have put there. I'm sorry. Wait, so it can grab shit through and excrete shit.
Yeah, or you can have like a pipe going down into the bottom of it that is like pressure dependent. So as it pulls out,
And what is
spotty-
they name?
which
They.
this appears to all be in Dutch. I don't know.
Oh, come on. If anyone can do it on a first go.
The diagrams are in Dutch. Honestly, it's too tiny to read. But so they do this, right? The bucket is heavy enough to drop back down into the hole and take another bite, as it were. And it takes another bite, pulls the spoil out, more slurry goes in. Okay? So it keeps doing this until it's 120 feet deep. Then it drops a steel reinforcing cage into that hole, and then like 120-foot straw on the end of a concrete pumping machine, and they pump concrete in from the bottom. So
I'm real into this.
Bro, they dig these holes like a hole apart from each other.
Yeah.
So they do
And
one,
when you
miss
said-
one, do
but-
one, miss
but when
one,
you
and then
said-
they can fill in the other ones.
When you said about it's a cage,
Yeah.
is it really a cage?
For like, have you seen reinforcing it before concrete goes on?
Yes,
Like that.
but so like you don't have to buy a cage. You can just get 4 pieces of mesh, right?
No, it's got to be made to very precise specifications, as it turns out.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
At this point, I just want to do it because it seems fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to build anything real big.
Yeah.
Just sorry.
There's a hill behind your house.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing to stop us tunneling. This is rotten rock. This would be tough, but I'm learning, especially through this
Bro,
story,
I'm
that
gonna
problems are solvable.
I'm gonna yell at you about this off air.
All right. These slurry walls that they made on this particular project.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck on the Slurrysaurus Rex. Like,
yeah.
how do you pick up all this shit and spit out the stuff? Like, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
How do you build that machine? Why aren't we talking to that guy?
I mean, people are, not us.
We should find him.
Yeah.
Does it look like a dinosaur?
No, it looks like a crane with like a...
That feels like a missed opportunity.
almost like a teardrop with a split through from top to bottom, you know,
So
but
it
it's
looks-
hinged at the top.
So a bit more like leopard slugs mating.
If you want to imagine it that way. I thought
Have
they
you-
twisted. They don't twist.
Yeah, but they morph. Oh shit. I think it might be time to call it quits.
Come on.
Have you got more?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm already stuck on your slurry dinosaur.
Okay,
Do you want to do more?
just a couple more things about the Big Dig. These slurry
CIA
walls,
got you to sign the term. Sorry,
the
sorry.
concrete-
I'm being a dick.
the
My bad.
concrete company reused concrete. You're supposed to use it before it goes off. They just, if they didn't use it all, they brought
Wait.
it back to the site and pumped more concrete on top, and then added water when they got to the site so that it would pass on-site slump tests. So when they finally opened the tunnel, it very quickly flooded because it's below the water table in Boston.
This is a terrible story, isn't it?
I mean, parts of it are. The terrible part is when one of the ceiling parts collapses and kills a passenger in a car because the epoxy had creep to it. Creep being the effect where solid substances very slowly
Right.
move.
Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but being from New Zealand and watching stories of mafia shit in the States,
Yeah,
like The Sopranos and Godfather and that sort of shit,
sure.
when those motherfuckers were in charge of parts of the infrastructure,
Yeah.
it worked. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
it ain't working at the moment. I
Here,
don't know. I don't even fucking live there. I don't know why I'm suddenly taking this stance.
they're proposing a $4 billion tunnel, which would, in Wellington,
Dude, money's not real.
No, it's
Why
not-
do we
it's not
care?
real.
Yeah.
that's like half as much as the Boston Big Dig took, and it would do so much less. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, the next national guy that has to announce something could come up, stand in front of a pedestal, and just be like, and people would be like, Helen the Porpoise, Mike Kosking, you know what? fuck my kids and their blue hair. Like, I don't know. I might be wrong, but everywhere I look, people are losing their shit because someone is telling them to lose their shit.
That's been tunnel talk, everybody.
Fuck you, man. These are life lessons.
You're a life lesson.
Oh, yeah, because you're fucking nailing it.
Yeah, I am. Nailing
I feel like this is going to get personal.
It's going to get personal, bro. You want to cut it? Grimmy, help me.
Nah, fuck
Don't
it.
think about my penis. Just go turn it off.
Yeah. Hang him out.
I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire. An underground tube, the dank and the gloom.